hopefully here you can see my 3D model here. So I chose this object as a replica hominin skull from the collections because it's something that I use frequently in my classes when teaching about human evolution. And I think it's a good demonstration of the variety of topics that we cover in the archaeology program, but also the variety of time periods that are covered, going all the way back to the Stone Age. So this is a skull of Homo erectus, which was an extinct form of hominin that lived from between about 1.9 million years ago to about 500,000 years ago. And it's significant because it is a hominin that started to look a lot more like us, both in terms of anatomy and in terms of behavior. Specifically, this specimen is a conglomerate of different fossil remains that came from the site of Zhoukoudian in China, which is a really important site associated with Homo erectus. It was excavated first in the 1930s. All of the fossils that were excavated at that time period, unfortunately, were lost at the start of World War II. And so all that's left behind were replicas that had been made and sent to various places. And luckily, we're still able to study these fossils due to those replicas being made. Zhoukoudian, the site where these fossils came from, is a really important site in Chinese archaeology, which is what I focus on. My own area of research is Chinese archaeology. And this site is significant due to the history of research there taking place for the last 100 years, the development of scientific approaches in archaeology at this site. It's also been critical for debates over whether Homo erectus was able to use fire, whether they were hunters or scavengers. And this site, in particular, the Peking man, which is this Homo erectus fossil, has really become a central part of narratives in China today about Chinese identity. And so it shows how important the past can be for the present in modern politics and nationalism. So I also included this because we have a 3D model here of the specimen of this object that's in our collections. And I wanted to highlight the work that we've been doing over the past year. Wesleyan recently purchased a 3D scanner, and so we have been scanning various collections on campus to make digital models that are available for use in courses, but also for research. And so if you are interested at all in doing 3D scanning, that is something else that can be done through collections-based work through the archaeology program. So I will stop sharing.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Dr. Brunson?
Someone had a question on the Google form of how the inside of it was scanned.
So we did not scan the inside. So there's no, it's not like CT scanning or something like that that can let you see inside of a hollow object. We are only able to model the exterior. But this was scanned in an interesting way because there is the cranium and the mandible. So we had to scan both together first so that we get an overall view, and then you scan the cranium, and then you scan the mandible, and you can combine those two models.